Hello students, I am here with another video from the class 10th Science NCERT book, and I am going to start with a new chapter today. The name of the chapter is electricity. So children, before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that in this chapter what topics are to be studied. So we'll be studying about the introduction of this chapter. What does this electricity means? What the term electricity means? And then after that we'll be discussing about the types of charges, how many types of charges are there. Then after that we'll be discussing about the types of materials based upon the conduction of electricity. Okay, then after that we'll be discussing about the different terms which is related with electricity, that is electric potential, potential difference, and then with that we'll be discussing about the other topics also, like what about electric current. Then after that we'll be discussing about the circuit and circuit diagram and what is happening, how to draw the circuit diagram, and after drawing the circuit diagram we'll be able to study about Ohm's law, in which we'll be dealing with how to plot a graph between current and potential difference. And then after that we'll be discussing about the Ohm's law is followed by different combinations of resistor, that is in the series combination and in the parallel combination. Two types of combination we have to study. Okay, then after that there is a concept of resistivity, and the numericals based upon each topic we'll be discussing in between. Okay, then after that we'll be discussing about the last part, which is the about the domestic circuit electric power, and how the formula for calculating this electric power which is taking place inside our homes is. Okay, so we'll be discussing all about these things. Fine. Then after that this chapter would be complete, and the heating effect of electric current is also there to some extent. That is why here only we will study about the heating effect of applications of heating effect of electric current. Okay, because in the next topic, that would be the magnetic effect, so we'll be studying about the different effects of electric current, which is about the heating effect here, but in the next chapter we'll be studying about the magnetic effect. Okay, so with this I'll be starting today's class, that is the introduction to the word electricity. Now children, you have always heard that we are using the power, we are using the electricity, and so how can you define this electricity? We can define this electricity as a condition that it is a flow of charge, or it is a source of energy. Very simple statement that it is a source of energy. Okay, so what it is a source of energy. What kind of source of energy is this? So what kind of source of energy is this? So this is electricity is an important source of energy of modern times. Why? Because we are using so many electrical appliances. Okay. Now these electrical appliances are going to work upon a source of energy which is known to be as electricity. So it is a force, it is the energy which drives different types of the electrical devices, electrical gadgets. Okay, so here, as you can nowadays you can easily see that electricity is so much important, because nowadays we are simply dependent upon only these gadgets these days. Okay, so we can easily understand what is the importance of electricity in our life. Without electricity we cannot think of it has become nowadays a basic requirement for living a life. Okay, because if we are not going to have electricity, then it is not possible to run industries, it is not possible to even to get light in our house, we cannot run different machines. Okay, for transport it is required. For any purpose, if we think about using a machine for any purpose, we require electricity for its working. Okay, now with this introduction I'll be telling you that what are the types of electricity. Now what is present in this electricity which is giving us energy? what is this actual source of energy inside this electricity. So the actual source of energy inside this electricity is the types of the charges which are present. Okay, now what kind of charges we are talking about, we'll be discussing about this as a second topic. Okay, so what kind of charges we are studying about? So we will study about the types of charges. Okay, what are the types of charges? And first of all, what is a charge? Charge is a source of energy which is being given in the electricity. So it has been found that experiment shows that there are two types of charges, that is the positive charge and the negative charge. It is the positive charge and the negative charge. Okay, then by convention, the charge acquired by a glass rod, okay, rubbed with a silk cloth is known to be as a positive charge, and if a charge is acquired by an ebonite rod which is rubbed with a woolen cloth is said to be as negatively charged. So what are the important property of the charges in that? So opposite charges, what do you mean by? So I said it is positive charge and the negative charge. Fine. How they are generated? You all have already studied all these things in your lower classes. If you are going to rub a glass rod with a thin cloth, it is going to give us positive charge, and an ebonite rod is rubbed with a woolen cloth, it is going to give us the negative charge. Okay. Then after that, we will be discussing about the fact. In this, we will be discussing about the fact that how this electrical charges are going to behave. So what is the behavior of this electrical charges? So the behavior of the electrical charges is that there are two words which you need to understand over here, that is the like charges, okay, and unlike charges. What do you mean by like charges and what do you mean by unlike charges, children? So if we talk about the same kind of charges, if we talk about the same kind of charges, same kind of charges, say for example positive and positive charge, negative and negative charge, these are the same kinds of charges and they are said to be as like charges. Okay, and then after that, if we talk about unlike charges, which means that the opposite charges, what do you mean by opposite charges? It is positive and negative, okay, or it could be negative and positive. Fine. Now, if we have to study about the behavior of the two charges, we have to understand what is the meaning of like and unlike. So we have understood same kind of charges. If we talk about, it becomes the positive, and the positive charge, it becomes the same kind of charge and it is said to be as like charges. If we talk about the unlike charges, it means that it is the opposite charges, which is negative and positive or positive and negative. Both the cases we have seen that different types of charges are there. And now, what is the behavior of the charge? How these like charges are going to behave? Like charges are going to behave in the manner that they are going to repel each other. They are going to repel each other. So what is the behavior of both the same charges? If both the charges are same, it is going to repel each other. Okay, and what about unlike charges? They are going to attract each other. Okay, they are going to attract each other. So children, this is an important fact to understand, that whenever the like charges are there, it is going to repel the situation, and whenever the two positive and two different types of charges are going to come, it is going to be attracted towards each other. जैसे कि आप देखो कि positive and positive charges अगर हम लेकर कहीं पर भी reaction कराएंगे, तो the electricity will not be flowing. Okay. Now the SI unit of charges is that coulomb. What is the SI unit of charges? Whether it is positive or negative charge, its SI unit is coulomb. It is coulomb. it's how can we just write this coulomb? By denoting it with capital C. Okay, fine. Now this coulomb is it is denoted by letter C. It is defined as a unit of charges. Now what is the meaning of 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb means how can you define this? What does the definition says? It says that 1 coulomb is a quantity of charge which exerts a force of 9.9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton on equal charges placed upon the distance of 1 meter apart. Okay. Now, if we take 2 charges and how much far it is? 2 charges are there. Okay, it is 1 charge and it is kept at a distance of 1 meter apart. It is kept at 1 meter apart. Okay. Now, with this 1 coulomb is a quantity of electric charge which exerts 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton on equal charges placed at 1 meter far from it. So it is a force. It is the force exerted by these charges, which is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton of force is exerted. Okay, so it is exerted. So this is said to be as 1 coulomb. So how much distance is already fixed? The value is fixed, that is 9.9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton, which is placed upon the equal charges placed at a distance of 1 meter apart from it. Now, we know that all the matter contains positive particles called protons. Okay, it contains proton and negative charge called electrons. We have already seen where these protons and electrons are present in the atom. Okay, so we know that all matter contains positive as well as the negative charges, which is said to be as electrons. The proton possesses positive charge which is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So what is a charge? Charge means दो particles 1 मीटर की दूरी पर रखे हैं, तो उस पे वो उनके बीच में कितना force रहेगा? That is said to be as 1 coulomb, and that is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 newtons. Okay. Now the proton possesses positive 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, whereas an electron possesses a same magnitude रहेगा, but उसका charge क्या हो जाएगा? Negatively charged है, तो we will put negative symbol. Positive and negative charges की दोनों की magnitude same रहेंगे, but we'll write it with using a negative symbol. Okay, so this is known to be as the way by which we can easily define the charges of protons as well as the electron. Now, when the electron possesses negative charges, which is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, it is obvious that the unit of charges is coulomb, which is much more bigger than the charge of a proton and the electron. Okay, now if we can solve some numericals based upon it. So like if we have a charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb of charge is there. Now the number of electrons, what is actually में ऐसा पूछ सकते हैं आपसे क्वेश्चन कि कितने चार्जेस होंगे किसी एक कूलॉम में, तो कितना चार्ज होगा? अगर नेगेटिव होगा तो 1.6 into 10 to the power 9 होगा, और अगर पॉजिटिव है तो 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb in the positive charges it would be. Okay, so this was about the way by which we can calculate it. So here it is, calculate the number of, okay, I'll write this question and then I'll be discussing this. So the question is, calculate the number of electrons constituting, or it is present in present in 1 coulomb of charge. Okay, so how can you write this, how can you solve this question? You know that if electrons are there, solution, this was question. So what is the solution? We know that the charges of charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Okay, and so it is number of electrons. और if positive charge है तो positive charge में 1.6, ये यहाँ पे पूछ रहा है कि electrons कितने present है. Okay, so we'll be considering the same charge, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now it is equal to 1 electron. How much number of electron is there? It is 1 number of electron. So if charge एक इलेक्ट्रॉन पे कितना है? So if charge is 1 coulomb, यहाँ पे बोल रहा है 1 coulomb के चार्ज पर कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन होगा. हमने कहा 1.6 coulomb, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb का मतलब है 1 चार्ज. अब चार्ज, if charge is 1 coulomb, अगर 1 coulomb है then number of electrons कितना हो जाएगा? You know this, the unitary method, 1 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. अब कितने चार्जेस में हमें करना है? 1 चार्ज के लिए करना है, multiplied by 1. Okay, so the answer becomes, ये ऊपर चला जाएगा 10 to the power minus 19 की जगह में ये हो जाएगा plus 19, ऊपर जाएगा तो ये plus 19 upon 1.6. You can easily do this, and then you will be multiplying, and it becomes 10 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power 18, and it becomes 6 point, okay, I'll write it here, it becomes 6.25 into 10 to the power 18. So 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons are present in how much? It is present in 1 coulomb of charge. Okay, this is present in 1 coulomb of charge. Fine, I think you cannot see, I'll just put it down. You'll be able to see this. Okay, so this is about the answer. Fine? Yes. So this is the answer for the last question. Okay, now next topic is, we are saying that there are different types of charges. अब वो charges present होंगे कहाँ पर? वो charges are present on the different types of materials. Okay, on the different types of materials. कौन से टाइप के मटेरियल हैं? 2 टाइप के मटेरियल्स होते हैं, that is conductors and insulators. Now children, what do you mean by conductors and insulators? कंडक्टर्स एंड इंसुलेटर्स हम लोग बहुत पहले से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, हमने बहुत दिनों से, हम जब प्रीवियस क्लासेस में भी आई हैव ऑल्सो टॉट दैट व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द 2 words, that is conductor and insulator. See, we are studying in the case of electricity, so here conductor means the materials which can pass electricity through it. Okay, so this is known as the conductor. So those substances which can pass the electricity through it is said to be as the conductors. Just opposite to this, what do you mean by insulators? The insulators are those substances which does not allow electricity to flow through it. Okay, so just it is the vice versa of the conductors, that insulators are those substances which will not allow the electricity to flow through it. So according to the definition, it is a substance which is letting the electricity to pass through it. It is said to be as the conductors. Okay, while rest others which are not allowing the electricity to pass through, it is said to be as the insulators. Okay, now we'll be discussing about some more things regarding this conductors and insulators. Those substances through which electrical charges can flow, they are said to be as conductors. But the flow of electric charges is called electricity. So we can also say that those substances with which the electricity can flow is said to be as conductors. Okay, for example, the metals. All the metals are the good conductors of electricity. Okay, so metals में आप अगर copper देखो, okay, silver, gold, silver, copper, aluminium. So many are there. Iron. Okay, so all these are the materials which allow the electricity to pass through them. So that is why they are the examples of the conductors. All metals like silver, copper and aluminium are the conductors of electricity. There are certain metal alloys. ओके, मिक्सचर से जो बनाए जाते हैं, या तो मेटल्स एंड मेटल्स को मिक्स करके हम अगर कुछ एक नया मेटल बना लेते हैं, दैट इज सेड टू बी एज अलॉय. ओके, और alloy is the mixture of actually it is the mixture of metals and non-metals, or sometimes non-metals and non-metals, metals and metals. Any combination it could be. So such as nichrome and manganene. Okay, so there are nichrome alloys and manganene. So these are the examples of the alloys which are going to help in the, this helps in the passage of electricity, or constantin. Sometimes it is another word, that is constantin. This is another alloy. Okay, so all these alloys are those substances which allows the greater extent of passage of electricity through them. Okay, so these alloys these have the use in heating effect of electricity. When we will be studying about the heating effect of electricity, I will be telling you about the work of nichrome, work of these types of alloys which allow the electricity to pass through them. Okay, so this is about the types of charges. This is about the conductors and conductors which helps the charges to flow, and the flow of charge is said to be as electricity. So flow of electrons, it is said to be as electricity. So how the electricity is passing, how the charges are flowing from one place to another, and because of which one current is generated. So this is said to be as electricity, and this is the energy which makes the instruments, which makes the devices, electrical appliances to work. Okay. Now there are conductors, but their electrical conductivity is much less than those of the metals. Carbon is a form of carbon in the form of graphite is also a conductor. Okay, there are certain graphite is there. कार्बन नॉन मेटल है, लेकिन फिर भी उसमें से ग्रेफाइट जो कार्बन ग्रेफाइट के फॉर्म में है, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. मेटल में लेड होता है, दैट इज द poor conductor of electricity, that is falling under the category of insulators. Okay, it is a poor conductor of electricity. Then those substances through which electric charges cannot flow, they are said to be as the insulators. Okay, now the insulators, in other words, those substances which cannot pass the electricity through them, they are said to be as insulators. Okay, we'll be dealing with this insulators. I'll make some space so that it would be clearly visible, and you will be understanding this. Okay, now glass, ebonite, rubber, plastic, dry paper, dry wood, cotton, mica, bakelite, porcelain, dry air are all the examples of insulators, because they are not allowing the electricity to pass through. Fine. Now the flow of charges, in the case of charge insulators like glass, ebonite, all these charges remain bound to them and they are not able to move. They are not free, electrons are not present actually. देखो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है क्या? इट इज द फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. मेटल्स में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, आपको ने पहले भी पढ़ रखा है. मेटल्स हैव फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ओके, मेटल्स हैव फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. लेकिन नॉन मेटल्स में they don't have free electrons. Okay, they don't have free electrons. No free electrons are present. तो जब सारे चार्ज बाउंड है तो कौन मूव करेगा? Nobody. There are no free charges, no free electrons to move. So no passage of electricity is taking place through the non-metals. Okay, so this is the main concept. After that, what happens? We just have seen that some substances are conductors while others are insulators. We will be now explaining the reason behind these different behaviors. All the conductors are metals. Okay, so metals के अंदर में क्या होते हैं? फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं. वही मैंने अभी जस्ट कहा आपसे कि जो metals हैं they have free electrons because they have the tendency to donate electrons. थोड़ा सा केमिस्ट्री भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे, क्योंकि मैंने कहा कि सारे सब्जेक्ट्स आपस में इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी होते हैं, तो वो जो है आपस में जुड़े हुए हैं. अगर आपको केमिस्ट्री समझ में आ रही है तो आप इस तरह से समझो. इट इज गोइंग टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ योर फिजिक्स इन दिस chapter. Okay, so here what happens, all these metals have free electrons and they are said to be as electron donors, and that is why these free electrons are going to flow in a line. Okay, they are going to present. So the main reason, main behavior behind the flow of charge, behind electricity is the free electrons. अगर free electrons नहीं होंगे तो चार्जेस को जाने के लिए कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा. चार्जेस विल नॉट बी flowing. Okay, so this is known as the conductors. So conductors have free electrons which allows the movement of the charges, and that is why they will conduct electricity. Okay, now the presence of free electrons makes it a conductor of electricity. Electrons pass through insulators strongly held by the nucleus and of these atoms. There are no free electrons. Non-metals में electron donating capacity नहीं होती है, so they don't have free electrons in them. So no free electrons, no flow of electricity, because इनका nuclear charge is greater. Okay, it is much more greater. बहुत ज़्यादा होता है than other forces. So उसमें इस तरह में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स डोनेट नहीं किए जा सकते. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एक्सेप्ट करते, ये अट्रैक्ट कर लेते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को, बट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर नॉट, दे आर टाइटली बाउंड, सो दे कैन नॉट मूव, दे कैन नॉट फ्लो. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कैन बी डिफाइंड बाय टू टाइप्स. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. So we have studied about the types of substances that on the based upon the conduction of electricity, whether they are going to conduct electricity or not, they are going to whether they are going to help in the flow of electrons or not. So there are two types, that is conductors and insulators. Now based upon the flow of charge, based upon the flow of charges, electricity is of two types. कौन से दो टाइप्स हैं? स्टैटिक एंड करंट. स्टैटिक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. And current electricity. Okay, static electricity and current electricity. So children, what do you mean by static electricity? Static means the charges are at rest. Charges are at rest. Current का मतलब charges are moving. They are not at rest, they keep on moving. So this is known as, the charges are at rest, they are said to be as a static electricity, whereas the current which is moving, when the flow of charges will be continuously taking place, then it is said to be as a current electricity. Okay, so the charge acquired by the glass rod when it was rubbed with the silk cloth or the woolen cloth when it was rubbed on the ebonite rod, or the lightning experiment which was done by the scientists during lightning, sky lightning, that was for this static charges. So static charges means during the rainy season it involves a static electricity. Okay, so जो thunder और clouds thundering of the clouds होती है, it's because of static electricity. Okay, so electricity generates in our homes. Also the electricity which we use in our home, they are current. करंट मीन्स एक चार्जेस की इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की मूवमेंट है एक लाइन से, एक फैशन में, एक रेगुलर वे से. दिस इज सेड टू बी एज करंट. कंटिन्यूसली मूव कर रहा है और यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूसली रेस्ट पर है. जब कुछ उसको फ्रिक्शन दिया जाता है चार्जेस को या अलग से एनर्जी दी जाती है, सो इट बिकम्स, इट लाइंस अप, एंड वही लाइन फिर हमको फील होती है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक स्पार्क. ओके, दिस इज नोन टू बी एज द स्टैटिक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. सो चिल्ड्रन, दिस वाज अबाउट the types of electricity based upon the flow of charges, and we have seen about what do you mean by the types of charges, then what is the meaning of the electricity. So all these things we have discussed in today's class. I will be meeting you all in the next class with some more topics to be discussed in the same chapter. So that's all for today.